What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Super Sanctum podcast. All right, we got Spidey Spitz again. He's just gonna be a new main for now. We'll see. But we got other people coming in too. Okay, next week we're gonna try and get in uh Kent Clark and Verse Talk in a couple episodes. So we'll see how that does. Want to hear their reviews on Superman and the Fantastic Four. But this episode is strictly going to be a Fantastic Four review kind of episode. We did do a TikTok live podcast the day before recording, which is July 28th. So this episode is going to go out Friday. And it's going to be a good one. I promise. Fantastic Four review incoming in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Before we get into the top 5 MCU projects and worst MCU projects, I made a tiny list of like honorable mentions. Because at this point, bro, 5 ain't enough, bro. 5
Okay.
ain't enough.
Real
But
quick,
I got
for context for everyone, we did a TikTok live yesterday, and we did our top 5 MCU characters, heroes, villains. Now we're on projects.
yeah, exactly. And I was leaving shows out, but again, one of them was so bad I had to put it in there. But for honorable mentions, for like the good side of the MCU, I did Deadpool and Wolverine. These are movies I genuinely love, bro. That like there's somewhere up there. I just gotta like take the time and go through all fucking 100 of these movies or whatever.
Yeah.
But Deadpool and Wolverine, Age of Ultron, Shang-Chi, Iron Man 2, The First Avenger, and then the first Doctor Strange. Like all of those, bro, I can rewatch and rewatch, bro. Like I love those movies so much. They didn't make the top 5, but I have a strong love for all those movies, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You have any honorable mentions?
My only honorable mention is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay. Solid, bro. I'm pissed that everyone's starting to hate on that movie, bro, because they want to be all different and edgy, bro. Like my thing is like everyone's saying it aged poorly. I'm like, it's the third one and it made that much money and we all were on the hype train and it's a Deadpool movie. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the third one of Deadpool, like, and it was the same quality, if not better. So, like, for people to say it's aging poorly, it's making me so mad, bro, because it's such a switch up, bro. It's such a switch up. Like, it's the same like energy, it's the same continuity, it's the same meta ass movie all the way through 3 movies. And of course, you're gonna say it's better than the first one or the second one. Everyone says it's better than the second one, but yet they want to shit on. I don't know, bro. It's so annoying that people switch up sometimes because like that Deadpool Wolverine is so gas, bro. It is so gas.
I think it's clearly better than the second one,
Yeah,
but it's not a bad movie.
yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I know I wouldn't put it anything less than a 7.5, and that's honestly me being a fucking dick, bro. Because I love that movie. I will say the second half isn't as strong as the first half. Like out
Yeah.
of every movie, I can see that. You know what I mean? But the second half is still pretty strong, bro. Like you get the Hugh Jackman emotion. We get the team up. We get Uh, yeah, bro, people are tripping because I'm starting to think about the ending. The ending's actually pretty sick. It's just again, I think it's just the beginning like hour is so gas. You know what I mean? Like the beginning hour is like peak. So like I think that's why people are saying that because the second half is lesser, but it's still fucking great. The second half though,
Yeah, I gave it a 4 stars on Letterbox. Just had to go back to double check what I gave it.
bro. I wish I gotta get better with my letterbox, bro. I'm so bad with my letterbox.
I try to do at least the new movies. If I watch some older movies and I remember, I'll do it.
Yeah,
But
I gotta
I
start trying to do it like right after I watch it. You know what I mean?
yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine was the one I started with.
Oh hell yeah, that's
That's
what's
what
up.
I
I forgot
started
which
my
movie I started
Letterbox
with.
count with.
That's what's up. But, you wanna go ahead top 5? You wanna start with top worst?
Worse, I don't really have a worse. I mean, I can definitely think of a couple off the top of my head.
We can go into those real quick, bro. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie, the ones I put on my list, I genuinely think, like, Kevin Feige wasn't around to oversee the project, like, it was lackluster, they were just trying to get it out, and you just feel it. Like, you feel it when you're watching these things, and it was so piss poor. But on the top of my list is Secret Invasion, bro. I tell everyone to watch things for themselves, to get their opinion. Don't be a troll, be a fan, and if you don't like it, you don't like it after you watch it. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch Secret Invasion, bro. I'm
No,
telling
I'm with
everyone who's
you.
gonna see this video, Secret Invasion is dog shit, bro. Like Secret Invasion, I like after this, you can still watch it and be upset. You know what I mean? Like Secret Invasion, I can't believe they put that shit out into the universe, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, the show started off decently strong. Like it was dark, there was a couple of deaths, like you could have really went somewhere. And like honestly, I would have left it a big ass cliffhanger into a Secret Invasions movie or something, bro. But god damn, and then they did the whole roadie thing. Spoiler alert, they did the whole roadie thing, which was like such a big deal. But like, why would you do that with only roadie? Like, it was just so bad the writing in that fucking movie. And then you had it centered around Nick Fury, who we haven't seen in a bit. And like, finally, we get some closure on his character, and he's fucking around with these fucks, and he's in this mess, and it's just so bad, bro. Secret Invasion was genuinely bad. Like, I make my fiance watch everything. I will not make her watch that shit, bro. Like, that shit was
I
so
feel
bad, bro.
for the roadie thing, it's like they wanted it to be like this big, crazy, like, whoa. And then it was like, it doesn't matter anymore because he's not going to be in like he's not going to be in the story anymore.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't even know if we're gonna see Rhodey again. That's what pissed me off too, because his Armor Wars movie is not coming out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And damn, I just had something to piggyback off what you said. But yeah, but this show was god awful, bro. And yeah, like it is. Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I think it's officially the only project Marvel has retconned. Like they have officially. I could be wrong. I gotta look it up, but I think it's the only project they officially were like, this one doesn't matter. Don't watch it. You know what I mean? I
Oh no.
think. I think.
I hope they did because it
Yeah,
was
I hope they
bad.
retconned it. It was god awful. I put Iron Man 3 in this list. I will say I rewatched it and it went a little higher for me as a movie. As a movie, it's not bad. I just can't forgive them for not doing justice to the Mandarin the first time and doing the actor thing. Even though the actor shit, I'll say it, it was fucking hilarious. Trevor Slattery, that motherfucker, funny as fuck. But like, yeah, just wrong place at the wrong time. I didn't like that, and I didn't like the Pepper ending with her saving the day with her powers because like out of nowhere she knows how to do this big ass like samurai Superman punch down and kills like that
Yeah.
pissed me off so much. But I did like I when I rewatched it, I enjoyed like the his PTSD and the mental shit he was dealing with. Cause I'm not gonna lie, like this time around, I actually connected with it more because I deal with that sometimes. Sometimes I can't sleep and I'll just be in the office lost and my fiance has to come and get me, you know what I mean? So I really connected with it the second time around. All the shit with the Hall of Armor was tough. You know what I mean? That's what pissed me off. Imagine having the Hall of Armor and the real Mandarin in the same movie for his third movie. Like that's what we were
Yeah.
supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. The
that's why it's
Mandarin was quite a letdown. Killian just I just you can't connect with Killian.
yeah, I didn't like him as a villain. You know what I mean? Even if they're gonna switch it to him, I didn't think he was a good villain. He was really annoying to me.
Yeah.
And then right after that, what is this? Oh, I got Love and Thunder. God damn it, bro. Love and Thunder's down there for me. I
I'm
remember
with you.
having so much hype for that movie, and that movie could have been something crazy, bro. Like all you had to do was because, bro, there's like as because I went to school for theater and I've had taken screenwriting classes and shit, bro. Like there's just simple things that they like shit the bed with, bro. Like, do you remember the scene in Thunderbolts? The scene in Love and Thunder when Thunderbolts. That's an honorable mention. Fuck, forgot about Thunderbolts. There's so many, bro. But in Love and Thunder, when like Thor's having or the kids just got snatched up, like even to that point, you had opportunity to make the movie good. When the kids got snatched up, and then they're all in like the town hall meeting, and then
Yeah.
Thor has this speech, and it's going good. Thor's having a moment, it's serious, and then they ruin it, bro, with the stupid Stormbreaker joke. And then he takes Stormbreaker, he like flies out of the thing and crash lands like Stormbreaker. What's wrong? Like, why didn't you just end the scene after his speech? Why did you go all this extra mile to do this goofy shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like,
I think
it was that shit, bro.
I think because it was meant to be a bit more of a kids movie.
Yeah, and I can't forgive Taika Waititi for that because all those interviews after when he pretty much said like I was just finishing up my contract with them pretty much in a nutshell. That's what he said. It was like
True.
fuck
Yeah,
you,
I
bro.
forgot
Like
about that.
yeah, like I can't forgive him, bro. Because like I'm sorry, bro. Like a lot of directors would fucking pay to be in your shoes, bro, and you're just gonna shit the bed after you put heart into Ragnarok. You're gonna do this. Fuck that guy, bro. Fuck him. But, that and, like, bro, take that scene out, add 1 or 2 scenes of him killing another god. You don't even have to make it crazy, bro. You just need a 1 more scene of Gore killing a god. You coulda thrown Beta Ray Bill in there. Uh, Hercules coulda popped up right after he killed Zeus. You know what I mean? Like, they coulda rewrote it so much better, bro, so that, like, by the time they get to Gore, they had Beta Ray Bill. You know what I mean? They coulda made Gore super strong and made him
Yeah,
stronger so that
I wish Gore
yeah,
had
bro.
gotten an actual fight with one of the gods before before he fought Thor.
Yeah, bro. Because that's what I would have done. If I was rewriting that script, I would have made him so powerful and such a menace, and like the gods are actually scared to fight him because they know they'll die. So that Thor has to seek out Beta Ray Bill or Hercules or some shit. So at the end fight scene, we not only had Lady Thor and him, but like a third person, and then like Thor 5 could have been something crazy. You know what I mean? And like I didn't like the kid shit at the end when all the kids came together and he gave them all lightning powers real quick. I fucking hated that.
Yeah, that
That
was
bothered
weird.
me. Yeah, that was so corny and like super Disney, like Disney Channel. I didn't like that. And it was a shame because Christian Bale was fucking giving a performance, bro. But he was giving a performance in this fucking Disney Channel ass movie, bro. It was pissing me off. But yeah, bro, they just shat the bed with that one, bro. Like so many things. And I'll go as far as to say, bro, aesthetically and set design, I love the way it looked, but it just was a shit movie. Like I loved all their suits and everything. Like they looked great, but I fucking hated the movie that they were in, bro. All of the actors. I wish they could have just taken them the way they looked and everything, and just put them in a different movie, bro. Like, it was so shit. That Quantumania we just talked about, bro. Uh, and I have one more, but I can't even read my handwriting. Oh, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, bro. The first one.
Yeah,
I like the Marvels more than the first one. For me,
the
bro, it's
Marvel's a
because
lot better.
yeah, for me, the first Captain Marvel, every time I watch it, I feel the same. The beginning is pretty fire, the middle is fucking boring as shit, and there's like the middle is where you're supposed to really care for her character. I don't give a fuck. And then at the end, it's decent, there's some good action, blah blah blah. But when everyone says, "Oh, Marvel's stereotypical thing is having a big CGI battle at the end," that was a perfect example of like when they did it bad. Because in Shang-Chi they did it and I loved it with the dragon. You know what I mean? Like they have this big CGI battle, climactic, whatever. I thought it was phenomenal. Like, 'cause there's a way to do it right and there's a way to do it bad. Shang-Chi nailed it. This movie, like she's fucking flying, doing whatever. She has the mask on. I'm just like waiting for the movie to be over. Like I don't give a fuck about this bitch, bro. But like, and the sad thing is like there was ways to go about it because in the Marvels, I really cared for her way more because she's still dealing with the mental shit. Like,
Yeah,
make it real, bro. These are superheroes. They deal with shit that none of us deal with. Like a mental thing has to be like, you know what I mean? So that's why I really fucked with the second one. And the team dynamic, the action was good. End credit scene was fire. I'm a big Monica. I like the other two a lot. I really like Monica Rambeau and the Marvels. So I like the Marvels. I really like the Marvels. Like, I would give them the Marvels like a solid 7, like flat. But I really enjoy the Marvels.
one of the best
Yeah, yeah,
end credit scenes, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. But go ahead. I've been talking a lot, bro. Go ahead with your top 5.
All right, so top five or top five worst Marvel projects here.
Okay, okay,
Honorable mention, Captain Marvel. But five, Love and Thunder.
okay.
Four,
Deserved.
Echo.
Oh yeah, Echo. I wanted to like Echo. The first episode was tough, but I wanted to like Echo. But yeah, bro, like
It
that's all they
just
had going for it was the Daredevil fight, bro.
didn't really do much. Uh,
Yeah,
After that, we've got Secret Invasion.
yeah,
Two, Eternals.
I'm an Eternal defender. I can't. I liked it a lot.
Eternals was really just for me. It was more of a movie to just tell us to tell us who
This side of the universe.
to tell us who the Celestials are,
Yeah.
and then to drop in adamantium.
I agree with some of it. My issue, because I'm a defender, I was pretty locked in when I watched the movie. I thought it was visually stunning, bro. I love the like it's one of the better looking
Oh
movies.
yeah,
I,
it was a great looking movie. I just think overall it was just like
yeah.
how when are we like I don't think we're ever gonna see the Eternals ever play back into what Marvel's doing now.
Yeah, I will say that. Like, I don't think the movie was bad, but it felt like they did this, and then out of nowhere, Marvel was like, "Look at this artsy fartsy movie we just came up with," and it was good, but it was like, "Okay, we're still gonna go here though." You know what I mean? Like, it was
Yeah,
definitely like out of place. And I will say, story wise, I had no issue with it, but again, bro, as like a screenwriting standpoint, since they wanted to add the storyline of the aliens rather than holding it on, what are they called? Like they start with a D, the Devastators or the Dement, whatever the
I
fuck they
don't
were
know.
called, bro. But anyways, the ones that like the aliens that they came on this planet,
Deviants. That's
yeah,
what they're
the
called.
Deviants. Yeah, the Deviants. Since they added that extra storyline, since they didn't want to make it part of the sequel, which I would have done, and they added it to the first movie, I would have just made it a show, bro. And it honestly would have been one of their more successful shows. But yeah, bro, since they added that deviant storyline, it was a little too convoluted in the final act. Because I really like the final act. I like the beach fight. I like that they're all trying to
Yeah,
take down Icarus. I like everything with I think her name's Atari or Zatari or whatever. The speedster. I love the speedster. I thought they were
yeah.
sick.
That's some of the
I like
best as a Flash fan. That's some of the
yep.
best speedstering I've ever seen. Even just
Some of
like the behind the scenes stuff they were doing for it was pretty cool.
the her and Injustice 2, that's some of the sickest speedster shit. Have you played Injustice 2?
Yes, sir.
Bro, that speedster shit in that game, that's how I want the DC to handle them, bro. Like, yeah, make them faster than life, but I need to see the punches. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see like the work. I need to see, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just see this shit
Yeah.
and then a bunch of CGI. Like, that's not like, nah, bro. Like I would, yeah, but if there was a way, I'd make them fight and shit and just enhance the speed or whatever the fuck they got to do. Because Injustice 2 was nuts, bro. And their suits were tough too, bro. Their suits are
Yeah.
tough in Injustice 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've got all the suits like for the Flash because I've got the Reverse Flash and the Jay Garrick.
Oh, sick. Yep, yep, yep. I haven't played in a while. I had all the I know I had the Dark Side and the TMNT DLC. I know I got that. I gotta play that. My fiance will probably like that since it's a fighting game. I might play that tonight. But yeah, bro, I love Injustice too. It was so much better than the first one. And the first one was still solid. But damn, what were we talking about? Fucking started rambling.
No, so Eternals. The one thing I'll say about Eternals though,
Hmm.
uh, I remember being in the theater watching it, and me and my friend that I was with, uh, when she let out that scream because
That was
Barry
good. I like that a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, me and my friends laughed because we were not expecting that kind of a scream.
That's kind of fucked. You should have, bro. She's deaf.
Oh, no, oh yeah, like I knew she was deaf going into it, but I wasn't expecting her to to
You think she out of
scream.
nowhere she was just gonna be like, no?
No, I just
Of
didn't
course it
expect
was.
her to. I didn't expect her to scream at all during the movie. You know, I expected her to be quiet the whole time. So when that happened, I was like, it just threw me for a loop, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." It was
That's funny, bro.
that wasn't on my bingo card for tonight.
See, I'm not gonna lie. Like to me, that was really artistic. Like I like that a lot. Like you know what I mean? Like
I
that
think
was
like
some man. Like
it was cool. I thought she was great as a character, and she did a
I
great
just
job.
I'm just big on representation, and I love the way they represented her as like being being deaf and shit. I really like that. I was a fan. I was a huge fan of Fina and the Asian dude, bro, and their relationship, and I thought that was badass. And the mental shit, you know what I mean? Like there was so much to love. I think they just didn't structure it right, and they should have made it a show because they have two crazy ass end credit scenes too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, whether you like it or not, they could have went somewhere with the Harry Styles thing, and that was the first and only time we've gotten a Blade voice of something of
True.
Blade, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, there was something there, bro. It's also t I also think Marvel let themselves, like, take the hits and not do anything about it because, like, Kevin Feige already s
Oh
actually
yeah.
Cap,
They told
'cause
no, they totally took the hits for a lot of those.
yeah, because they were going they for a while, and again, I could be wrong because I remember seeing this, but for a while, they said they were gonna, like, ignore it. I think the next phase, they're trying to incorporate it because they should, bro. What I would do now is just separate the Eternals and spread them out in different projects so that whenever the next cosmic thing happens, we have them, and then we have their story to go with it, you know what I mean? And, like,
I don't
maybe
know
we'll save
because
them.
well, because the next cosmic thing that's gonna happen is gonna be Secret Wars,
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm talking about after the soft reboot, that's what I would do because like, you
well,
can
I don't
keep
know
them for the soft reboot.
because so actually, you know what? I'll save that because that has to go in with the Fantastic Four review. I'll save that
Okay, that's
actually,
fine. Okay, heard. The
but
I don't know,
my
I just I wanna see him again, bro, but to me, I had nothing negative towards the Eternals, bro, like, I knew it could've been better in certain points, but I really enjoy it, like, I can rewatch it, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's it's not the worst movie they put.
Yeah, but, was
This
that
is what
your
I
rest of your list?
no, this is what I think the worst movie. I
Oh god.
just every time I've rewatched this movie, I'm just like, why did I do this? If I'm showing it to someone, I'm just telling them and showing them why I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like this movie. But it's Thor: The Dark World.
Bro,
I
I
just I just don't like that movie. It
really?
just there's just
Bro, I'm not
nothing really going on for me in that movie. Like the only thing I really like about that movie is Loki.
damn, bro, that's so crazy because, like, obviously, I'm a minority, but I love the Thor trilogy. Fuck Love and Thunder. The first 3 I love, but, yeah, I never understood because I love the, cinematography. I love the story that was taking place. The only thing I can, confidently agree on with everyone is that Malekith was, like, a weak ass villain, bro. That's
Yeah.
why I have an issue with the Marvels too. Those are probably the weakest fucking villains, bro. Is the Marvels that whoever the fuck she was, because I don't even know, and then Malekith. They were just the weakest fucking villains, bro. That I will say, and I will agree with everyone. But besides that, like I like the arc and what they were going with in the relationship. I've always been a fan of Thor and Jane Foster, because like
Yeah.
even in that movie, bro, Thor's caring about her a lot because she's about to die. She has the fucking reality stone in her, just the ether in her.
Yeah.
Like I liked all that shit. But I will say that like the ending was a sick ass ending. But again, I wanted to care more, but I didn't because I didn't give a fuck about the dark elves. I didn't give a fuck about them. I didn't give a fuck about
Yeah.
Malekith.
Because
So
it's
that I will say,
because I also think that movie is more of a plot movie just to throw in that the ether is one of the
yeah.
stones.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
it's
know,
like
but I wanna I
because the
can't
way they because
mm,
it's like the it's I know it's not great to compare, but I put like the way Thor: The Dark World handles like it being an Infinity Stone versus Guardians 1
oh, no, you're completely right. That's a great comparison, and
is
then,
like
yeah, like,
it's
you're not
so
wrong at all.
like Guardians 1 does it so much better,
Yeah,
but I also understand it's like you have a completely different set of cast members and like just the characters that they're portraying are completely different from just Thor and Loki.
man, I just enjoy it, bro. Because again, I'll say when, like, I guess that's, that's the difference between people's opinions. Because I'll say when something's not good. Because again, like, I don't like the villain, but I like Love and The Dark World. I like, what's her name too? I thought she was funny as fuck. Darcy. And I like the crew,
Oh
bro. Like
yeah.
I'm a big Thor fan, bro. Again, that's why Love and Thunder pissed me off because I fucking hated Love and Thunder. But I love the first trilogy, bro. I would go, damn, I don't know if I like one or two. I would either go 1-3-2 or 3-1-2. You know what I mean? Like 1 and 3 are fire to me. I just don't know which one I put because I think the first Thor is crazy, bro. You giving me balloons, son?
That wasn't me. That's something you did. I promise I didn't do
I
nothing.
I
You
didn't even touch my screen, bro.
no, it's just it's a Discord thing. It's like
We're too hyped or some
there's
shit.
a no, there's a couple things where it's like, oh no, I think it's for you because you're on your phone
Mm.
and it takes like
It's
that
my
the iPhone thing.
birthday.
No, because you know how if you're on FaceTime with someone, you give them a thumbs up, it'll do like a little thumbs up thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's done. You've done that a couple times. I'm pretty sure the last episode you were doing
No
some.
way.
You did a random motion. I was surprised you didn't notice it, but you did a random motion, and then like the thumbs up thing popped up, and I just sat. I was like, all right then.
That's because I talk with my hands a lot, probably, bro. So it's probably just picking up shit.
Yeah, but all
But
right. What everyone
go ahead.
is fucking here for. Okay. Sadly, you don't got the fit on for this one.
God, yeah. I know, bro. It's a bitch to put on with the leg, dog.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. But we got our Fantastic Four First Steps review. I know you have already done non spoilers and stuff on TikTok, but I
I did
haven't
my
really done.
spoiler on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I meant spoiler. I know you did a spoiler on TikTok. I didn't do one. I was gonna do one, and then I was like, shit, I think it's a little late.
Yeah, man. I still have my same score, 9 out of 10, and I still stand on the same like little three things that bothered me. But god damn, this movie was fire, bro. This movie was so
Yeah,
gas.
yeah, I'm on an 8.5. I mean, I still think it was a good movie, but a lot of my brain just compares, and it's like, what one question I want to ask from Fantastic Four and Superman, what was the better what was the better overall for you?
Um, Overall, Fantastic Four because I've already told you my pacing issue. They're both pretty fast paced, but Fantastic Four, when the moments happen and it's the character building and it's the shit that matters, they slow it down and they give it a beat and they let it breathe. Uh, Superman's a fucking roller coaster from beginning to end in a good way, but like again, the mom and pop shit should have been slowed down. Some of the Lois and Clark shit should have just been like give it an extra 5 seconds, like give it a beat. Um, just pretty much that was my only real negative with Superman, but besides that, I loved it. Um, yeah, that's literally what it is, bro. Like Fantastic Four is a 9 for me. Um, uh, Superman's at 8.5. Like I have him like that. You know what I mean? It's just I'm also obviously just a little biased. Like I've been awaiting for this a good Fantastic Four. We got it. Like again, I don't have much to complain about.
Yeah.
Um,
Saw you playing with your Silver Surfer.
yeah, you already know though. You already know. I got a brand new one up there. But yeah, bro. Yeah, I gave it a 9 because I the things I have wrong with Fantastic Four are still like nitpicks. They're not like I can't believe they did this. You know what I mean? Like they're more nitpicks and gripes, and I wish they would have done something different because I liked it. I told you already, bro. Like I'm happy that we're in a place of like how Marvel used to be of like the only thing negative we had to say was like I just want more of this and more of this and more of this. You know what I mean? But there was just a lot of like I wanted more of like I wanted more Ben. Um,
Yeah, there wasn't
and,
enough Ben in this movie, I'd say.
and I thought he's my favorite Ben Grimm by far. So definitely more Ben. But that's like I'm not gonna count that as a negative. My actual negatives, bro, are the Reed Richards stretchy thing.
Yeah,
Because
that's a big one for
again,
me.
like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I hate to be that guy, and like I don't like to be a big feats guy. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, like, whatever. I will say, and I hope Matt Shackman comes out and says this. I'm hoping the only reason that happened and the reason it hurt him was because he was getting stretched against his will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I hope, like, that's what I would like try to
Cause,
write in.
cause there are comics where he is stretching around Galactus. Like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like around his head, shoulders, arms, his hand. Like he is stretched throughout Galactus. And that's way more than what that little bit that he pulled him in the movie.
even the Rise of the Silver Surfer alone, when he has to fix the Ferris wheel, like
Yeah,
he's long. Pause. He's long, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. That's what I will say. That's the first thing I would write in Doomsday, though. Is like, oh, I had to fix my suit because I was stretched against my will. It would like I would let the audience know that's the only reason that happened was because he was stretched against his will. Like if they did that, I'd be okay with it. But they did fuck up with that, bro. Because and you know what I would have done too if I was making the movie. That would have been pretty cool. Remember the scene with Mole Man and he comes in and he like fucks up one of his gadgets or whatever and
yeah,
he gets pissed and he's like, "Listen, Mo man, or whatever." Like I love that scene, but what I would have done is when he gets in his face, I would have had his neck extend and I would have had him have his finger long as fuck and poking him. You know what I mean? Like I would have exaggerated the Reed Richards shit because
yeah,
I was expecting that. That's one thing I was expecting because I loved his Reed Richards, but we didn't see his neck stretch pause. We didn't see like his fingers. You know what I mean? Like you could have done some cool things with him, but they just didn't do, which is fine. Like the movie was a more serious tone, but like I still would have like played with his powers. I get
yeah.
it. It's a bunch of CGI.
I think they should have done it though, because it's like because the 2005 one they do that very well.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, that's because that's why it's like
He
it's a
doesn't
negative.
he doesn't use
But
his powers practically enough. Like he doesn't use them for practical use enough.
yeah, like I want to see him in his lab, like doing like
Yeah.
that's what Reed Richards does, bro. You know what I mean? Like when he's in his lab, he turns into spaghetti. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
like
should have saw that.
in the second Silver Surfer movie, I know there's the scene right before they're about to get married where Ben walks in and he's literally like he's stretched across the fucking sensor
Yes,
thing that he's
yes,
building for the
yes,
government,
bro.
and it's like you see where his legs are, and then you see his head pop out from another corner, and he's like, I'm over here. They should need
Yep,
more like
yep,
that. And that's why too when
yep.
I was saying in the TikTok live yesterday, when Galactus was stretching him like that, and when he plopped him on the ground, he should have like his because of how stretched he was, and because he should have been stretched longer. When he fell, it should have been like body first, then the legs come down, like his legs and arms come down, and then when they come down, maybe an arm or a leg kind of fall into like a spiral where they kind of like they hose a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Because that's the thing too, bro. Like, literally, all they had to do to fix that scene was exaggerate it. Like, I would have had
Yeah.
this motherfucker because you would have had the audience on their feet if he because he was right here, bro.
Yeah,
Imagine if this
because
nigga like
the suit was
did
already
that.
breaking, so it was like you already had 50% of what we needed. He just needed to be at least like in a flex stance.
Yeah, like I would have had him do it long as shit, and I would have had him like laughing like a sinister ass laugh, bro,
Yeah.
or a smile or something, bro. Like that's what they should have done. Like so that I agree. That was just a continuity fuck up, bro. I that I'm sorry, bro. I hate to be that guy, but it did. It took me out the second I saw it. I was like, fuck. Like why was that his limitation? Because if you really watch that movie, they're pretty much showing that like, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of time to fix it, but they're
But
pretty much
he
showing
doesn't
that,
go
like, his
that far.
powers yeah, his powers are just
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? I
he's
don't know how to
pretty
say it, but, like
limited on like how far he can stretch kind of. Or it's like how far
yeah.
he wants to stretch.
Yeah, bro, I just hope they fix it next time around because they 'cause, that more Ben Grimm because apparently there was, like, Eban Moskowitz, whatever you say his name, so they took out 35 minutes of just, like, intimate scenes with him, and it was, like, him on a dating show, like, him on all these
Yeah,
things just showing
I
his
saw
life.
that clip. I saw that
Yeah,
clip
bro.
of him on the
So,
dating
like
show.
yeah, you know, like, that's all you needed, just like that. The way that clip is, I would've just put it in the beginning montage. Boom, that's an extra 30 seconds. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because I
Like, lit
because with what they were doing with Ben and his kind of love interest, I don't think we needed a dating show scene, but I think we needed a bit more of him and his love interest.
yes. Yeah, we needed more of him, bro, because he was the backbone of the team, but, like, you should have leaned into that. And I know they cut off in the trailer, there's a scene with Vanessa Kirby and, Ben, uh, Sue and Ben that they cut out, you know what I mean? You knew that was an emotional scene, like, they
Yeah,
cut that shit out. 1 second, bro. Yeah, that and I already told you the baby thing bothered me because I have no issue with what the story did at all, whatever. I just didn't
his
like the execution, bro.
his
Like the
face
his
at the end too. The CGI of his face is a little weird when he's on top of Susan.
Yeah, bro. Like they should have made his eyes glow. They should have been glowing between the bodies. I didn't like that it was just twitching, her coming up with glowing eyes, and the baby just like like on top of her being a baby. Like you should have showed the baby like light up or something. Like
There should have
that should
been
have been a moment, bro.
like an
Like
essence flowing through him into her.
yes, bro. Because they just didn't give that moment justice. Because at the end of the day, they didn't really play into like this. Did you let Gamora out, baby? Okay, okay. Um, My bad. What was the last thing we said? Oh yeah, because like it's a baby and your mom's dying, bro. Like he
Yeah,
should have had the baby crying or something. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't execute it well, bro. And it bothered the shit out of me because like up until that very second of like her coming to life, I was like, oh really? Like you could have gave us 10 more seconds of like a power up and then she comes to life. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't do
yeah,
that. So that was I didn't like that execution. Honestly, bro, that's about it. Everything else was a nice surprise. I love the story. I love the way they took down Galactus. I love the way how they showed Invisible Woman can level any one of the characters in the movie. And we've been asking for that, and they showed us that. Thank you. Like I appreciate that. Johnny was the nicest surprise. He was my most skeptical member
yeah,
that we had, and he was the best surprise out of all of it because I knew I was gonna like Pedro just because of how good of an actor he is. I knew Vanessa Kirby again because she's a very talented actor. She was gonna crush it. Ebon was the automatic win. And sure enough, I want way more of him. I knew he was. It was really Johnny, and they nailed him, bro. Like I loved his performance. I loved that he was big on women, but again, like it was more of like because I feel the same way about Chris Evans is Johnny. It was like they're just playboys and they like women. They didn't go too
yeah,
much into that, but like they still talked about it. I like that they made him smart because any adaptation of him, not so much Evans. Uh,
yeah. I like that he was more brain than muscle this time.
Yeah, because any adaptation of him, he has brains because he has to keep up with the team. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
again, I can't shit on Evans because there are adaptations where he's just a douchebag. You know what I mean? So like he played that character in that role. So I'm never gonna take anything away because at the end of the day, Chris Evans and Jessica Alba sold tickets for those two movies. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I can't take away anything from that and his performance, it was just like it was almost like comparing the different Spider-Man. Like it was just a different performance. You know what I mean? Like we got the old one, the middle one, and the young one. Like for Spider-Man, like this was just like the two Johnnies we got. They were our best two Johnnies. Michael B. Jordan, love you to death, bro. I rewatched that shit. That was your worst performance. That was the worst thing I've ever
yeah.
fucking seen in my life.
I just we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I my fan casting for John Krasinski's Human Torch. I wanted Zac Efron, bro. Zac Efron would have been perfect for him, Emily Blunt, and like whoever you got to play the Thing. And I wanted Adam Driver to be Doctor Doom for John Krasinski. I thought that would have been like spot on, bro. But that would have been such a cast right there,
I don't
in
know.
my opinion.
Just seeing him as the little pussy boy Kylo Ren.
But that's why I want him to be Doom so he can redeem himself. That would have been his good
Maybe.
redeeming like villain arc. You know what I mean? Just like fucking Michael B. Jordan, bro. He got his redemption with Killmonger. Like I really wanted him to get his redemption because Kylo Ren was bad because of pure writing, bro. Like they just wrote him as a pussy, bro. So like they could have written his Doctor Doom sick, bro. But anyways, that was like my fan casting before like this shit got. I would have liked Jason Segel as the Thing before I found out about Ebon and like that opened my eyes because Ebon was like spot on, perfect. But yeah, I would have had Jason Segel, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Zac Efron, and then Adam Driver. Like I thought that was like the cast, bro. I thought they were gonna go that way, but they didn't.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. But
yeah,
yeah,
out of all the characters, like I like Sue the most. It's just mother of the year.
well, what are your
Just,
thoughts, brother? How are you feeling about it, like overall in general?
so overall, mine is an 8.5. I'm pretty like my biggest things were Reed's stretchiness. That was just lackluster. And then um the stuff at the baby at the end was a little off. I think we needed a bit more Shallow Ball involvement in the movie. I just don't think she was in it enough. Like, because after her thing with Johnny, I think we need, or even before, we needed a little more. Because it's like I understand what Johnny did, and that's how it set her to help them. But it was like I feel like we just needed a bit more of her to gain, to just to get more emotion out of her as a character, and then feel like, yeah, she should have been the, because it would have been way crazier if Johnny was the one that pushed Galactus into the portal or into the bridge.
Yeah.
But because she
I
did it, it wasn't like as crazy. It was still a crazy moment, be like, oh shit, wasn't exactly expecting her to do it. But if Johnny did it, it would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but then again, we that's another plot hole that we would have to figure out right before Doomsday is where's Johnny? You know what I mean? Like that would like
Yeah,
I just disagree a little bit, bro, because honestly, from the first time we see her to her sacrifice, sh Johnny's literally like figuring her out and like seeing what's good with her, her language,
yeah,
whatever. On top of from the beginning, from the first time we see her, she's giving empathy. From the first time we see her, she's letting you know, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. Like from the jump, every time we see her, we get that. So I just disagree, bro, because like that was almost literally all her dialogue was her saying that was her pretty much in a nutshell being like, I don't want to do this. I have to do this. This is my job, bro, and I'm miserable doing it. Like that's literally all her dialogue with Johnny through the whole movie. That's the only reason I disagree a little bit. I will say I wanted again because it was so good. I wanted way more of her. I will say that, bro. When like after seeing it twice, talking to you, I'm really thinking about it. Like because Kevin Feige just made a statement saying, "Oh, we're trying to make the movies around 2 hours to make it more engaging and fun, so we don't lose audience members." This movie needed to be 2.5 hours. This movie needed like an extra
yeah,
20, 30 minutes. Yeah, unfortunately, I see what they were doing, and I agree with it to an extent because it was a fun ass movie because it was like such a jam packed and it was fun. I will say that. On the other note of that, no one would have complained of an extra 5 minutes of Ben, an extra couple minutes of Shia LaBeouf, more character building and more stretchiness from Sue and Reed. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely like all the montages going back from their storyline to how the world views them on like TV and stuff. I could have had an extra 10 minutes of that shit, bro. That shit
yeah,
was peak. That shit was so fucking good. That was like the WandaVision-esque shit that was so good in WandaVision that he put in this shit and he nailed it 10 out of 10. You could have gave me an extra 10 minutes of that and I would have been through the moon, bro, because it was a mixture of like their history, their action, where they stand. Like it was so, so good, bro. I loved all that. Like I will say that very briefly, bro. Very, very briefly. There's a couple moments in the beginning that I can tell, oh, this montage was way longer. It's very brief. It doesn't take me out. There's a couple moments where I was like, yeah, like uh the one dude, John Malkovich's character with the monkeys, like you can tell they cut that out. Not in a bad way. Like not in a bad way at all, but I can just tell that opening montage was like 5 minutes longer, bro. Like I wish they would have just like not cut shit out. But yeah, man, I just wanted more. I just wanted so much more, bro.
yeah. I mean, one thing I did really like is that uh the mole man stuff, like evacuating everyone under the city to save everyone, because it's like, because that's been a crazy thing that's happened since Man of Steel, is that like we've got it in the new Superman where they showed a bunch of evacuation scenes, and then in this one where we got to see everyone get evacuated under the city to Subterraria, wherever.
Mhm.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Mo Man's take a lot. I didn't mind that they didn't make him like grotesque or anything like that. Like in Batman
Yeah.
Returns, they could have easily made him like look like the Penguin, like really gross looking. I'm okay with it that they didn't. But what made up for it was his voice. Like when they had the flashbacks and he's like Reed Richards will pay, and he had, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that was so Mole Man. He nailed the voice, and I like that they gave him the goggles. Like they weren't afraid to do certain things like that. Like they gave him the big goggles or whatever have you. Like Yeah, I really like the way they handled Moment, and I really like that actor. He's a fucking phenomenal actor.
Yeah. Um, let me
You want
think. We
Galactus,
got
you wanna
like
talk about Galactus a little bit? Or you what? Okay.
Galactus. So yeah, so we talked about this yesterday too. I had a weird thing, especially after watching it again. Uh, the it's like you can kind like you can kind of tell just because of all the people, but I still feel like Galactus should have been just a little bit bigger. Like
I don't have an issue with it,
like
honestly,
at least
bro.
when he was on Earth, like in his ship and everything, I think he was fine. But on Earth, I feel like he should have been a little bit bigger because I feel like from him being in the ship to him being on Earth, it's just a little bit bigger. But it could just be perspective and then being on the ship versus being out in open world.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, I think a part of it is since he's next to buildings, he doesn't look as big because him and the
Yeah,
buildings are the same size. But you need to think about that, bro. Like he's as big as a fucking skyscraper. It's a movie. I didn't see in IMAX, so like it's only so much justice we can actually see with our own eyes. But he still
yeah,
is as big as a 50-foot skyscraper. You know what I'm saying? Like he still is that big. It's just again, it's hard to tell. But you got to think the whole city's like this, bro, and they still showed him his head above the city. So he's
yeah,
big as fuck. You know what I mean? It just I don't want to disagree because like I know what you mean. Like there was certain shots of like, is he that big? But like I still got the gist, bro. Like I still get
yeah,
it. Like he was big as fuck. Every time he grabbed something, the scaling was proper. Every time there was people around him, there was the scaling was proper. So like I don't have an issue with it. But like I get what you're saying though. You know what I'm saying? I thought the voice performance was sick.
yeah.
Um,
His voice was cool.
one thing that, like, slightly bothered me, but it's more of a nitpick, is, like, when he first arrives and he's in that chair, like, I really wish they would have shown him, like, a little more of that. Like, I wish that he would have, like, descended from his ship in the chair or some shit, but
I
it
think
was
that's
just a
one of the
chair
coolest
and up.
shots though. Like when you can just see like kind of the outline of his head with the glowing eyes, and then you just see the four of them standing there, shallow balls on the board, and you just got that big old shot. And that's like I think that's one of the coolest shots in the movie.
You know what I would have done differently, bro? Since, like, they confirmed that this is the one and only Galactus, that means it's the same Galactus from
Hmm.
Rise of the Silver Surfer. When they have the flashback of Shalla Ball, I woulda had when Galactus comes to their planet and it's her and the baby, I woulda had Galactus, like, have Norrin Rad and be like, "He failed me. Now I need you." Like, that's what I would have done, but, like,
Yeah,
that's just me, being a dork, but I
I'm
wish
with
they would
you
have
on
done
that.
that just you know what I mean? Because that was the perfect way, bro. You coulda had Norrin Rad in there for 2 seconds, but it would have tied everything in so nicely for the future Council of Reeds or whatever, but they're not gonna do that shit.
That's one thing too. I was really upset because we totally could have gotten the Council of Reeds involved in this movie.
I agree.
100%. It was just plan after plan not working. Reed had no fucking clue what he was going to do until Sue went out there and did her speech about Franklin and how she's not going to sacrifice her son for the world, but she won't sacrifice the world for her son. I
Mm.
was like, is a
I
great speech, but like before all of that, I feel like it was great to like bring back the trust to the people, but we totally
yeah,
could have gotten the Reeds and all the rest of the council and just been like, this is what we're doing.
I agree, bro. What I would have done is right when Shala Ball started fucking up the the planet transfer machines that they built, that's when I would have had to read like, "I need a second opinion," whatever, blah blah blah, and like I would have had him have it a secret. Like, little do you guys know,
Yeah,
I've actually been messing with the multiverse, and the multiverse is messing back whatever that like that's what I would have tied that speech into, and I would have had it like just like I told you from Civil War when they were like, "Oh, where's your plan downstairs? Where's mine? Queens." You know what I mean? That's what I would have done. Like, where are you gonna get your second opinion from? Boom! It
yeah,
just pans to like the space where all the reads go. Like that's what I would have done for sure. Because again, it's an extra. Don't get me wrong. It's more actors you got to pay and shit. But you could have made that scene like 2, 3 minutes, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't
Yeah,
need that much of it. You literally just could have had a 2, 3 minute scene of all the Reeds figuring it out and all this shit, blah blah blah.
and that
But did you
probably
see
would have
my
gotten a lot of people more on their points too.
Yeah, exactly. But did you see my post today? I think they might do a Council of Dooms, bro. I think they're gonna scratch the Kangs and the Reeds. I think they might do a Council of Dooms. This way, it'll. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fucking wrong, but they're not gonna do it. But like, I
Well,
would do a Council of Doom.
because
But
didn't they confirm that? I believe they confirmed that the Doom in the end credits scene is Tony, or not Tony, but it's Robert Downey Jr.'s Fantastic Four Doctor Doom, and he's from that universe.
yeah, they confirmed that it was RDJ's Doom, and his Doom is from that universe. But again, bro, like again, I could be wrong. 'Cause, like, my in my video, it was just confusing because like, that's cool, but why does he look like Robert Downey Jr.? You know what I mean? Like, you need to explain that, and apparently it has a lot to do with the Endgame snap. Uh, Excuse me. So I'm just wondering, like, how they're gonna play into that, and again, like, I would just if I was writing it, I would do a Council of Doom so that maybe the snap created the Council of Dooms or some shit. I don't fucking know, bro, but, like, I'm just so curious where
Uh,
they're gonna go with it.
no, it could be like the snap because
Because the Russo brothers said the
no,
snap is a big part of it, you know what I mean?
because so if you think about it like this, right? So we learned from Deadpool and Wolverine that all universes have anchor beings, right? What if, because when Tony died, we know from that somehow he was not the anchor being of the universe, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, bro. Yes, I've always
So,
thought that.
so
I think
from
that's yeah, yeah, yeah.
so from the snap, did that somehow create him as Doom into an anchor being for the universe now?
I wonder, bro, because I Kevin Feige said that because of Deadpool and Wolverine, and then introducing the Anchor being like that's a big part of it. And I could be wrong, bro. Way back when they announced the Anchor being shit, I think Tom Holland is the Anchor being for Earth 19999. I could be fucking completely
So,
wrong, bro,
no
but
way.
I swear to God, bro, but I think that's gonna be the big reveal, is it's really Tom, it's really Spider-Man, and everyone thought it was him. So like it's and I think it's gonna be a matter of Loki like, damn, why didn't your universe die when Iron Man died? You know what I mean? I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think I'm almost certain that's what they said when that shit was come out. Like I'm sure we could look it up. I'm sure I'm dead wrong, but I'm almost certain I think they're trying to put it all on Tom Holland's Spider-Man and he's the anchor being.
Interesting. I
But
don't know how I feel about that.
no, yeah, I could be wrong. But I swear to God, I feel like that's what they said, bro. Like I remember that being what it was, but I could be wrong. But yeah,
Because
I'm not crazy about it either. But it would
because
make
if
sense to be someone else, not Iron Man.
yeah, because if RDJ, if this theory is correct, and if RDJ became the Doctor Doom of the First Steps universe, though that could that be because of the snap? He somehow sent himself to another universe and lived out this entirely different life as Victor Von Doom instead of Iron Man, and then he's the anchor being of that universe.
Yeah, bro, they could go something along those lines because we don't know what was in Tony's head when he snapped, bro. Because Tony's like that. Tony might have had a big ass contingency of like, if I'm gonna die in this earth, I gotta go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like, they might as they might have well done something like that too. So I
that
don't
could
know, but I
also
just
that could also lead into a Council of Dooms thing too, because if I mean, because the stones they work. If you snap like that, it's also gonna not do exactly what you want at the same time. There'll be like a little underlying thing that you didn't read, kind of thing. But it would be like he tried to anchor being himself, like or he did it in one universe, but also made himself Victor Von Dooms in other universes to create the Council of Dooms, possibly.
yeah, bro. I don't know. I just hope again, bro. Just because we talk about execution and like a clear vision, I hope whatever they do It's not too convoluted or messy or confusing. It's clear as day, and like we just don't know it yet. But even if it's that theory, I hope they show us in a nice, clear way. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
we do just based off of the end credit scene alone, we do know that we know he's gonna take Franklin. That's gonna be the start of the movie is probably gonna be after like that post credit scene. It's probably gonna jump straight into that.
I'm not gonna lie. I really hope he takes Invisible Woman too, bro. I'm not. I really hope. Yeah, bro. I hope he takes Invisible Woman and Franklin, and he like fucks with her, makes Sue his bitch, like because he does that shit in the comic books. He snags Franklin, and I think he's gonna go to universes before the Fantastic Four get there and establish
Yeah,
himself as a hero. I'm Iron Man. I'm back because he has Robert Downey Jr.'s face. And
yeah,
then I think the three are going to be in the ship, the three boys. And I already told you they're going to go to the New Avengers because the New Avengers saw them. I
yeah.
think that
That's
scene
exactly yeah.
was the first team up. I think they showed us that because that's the first team up. The New Avengers and the Fantastic Four. That's the first team up. They're gonna go head to head with the New Avengers for sure. Until they, honestly, bro, I hope they go head to head with the Avengers till like they have to physically stop because the Earth is in the middle of an incursion. I hope we see incursions out the ass, bro. I don't want to see like a regular playing field, bro. I want to see shit floating, Earths colliding. Like
Oh,
I
I
want to see
think
shit fucked, bro.
just from Doomsday to Secret Wars, because I believe in the Secret Wars comics, it's like when Doomsday happens, and then they make Battle Planet. It's like the entire of the universe is like the multiverse is
It's fucked.
dead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think for a fact, bro, they're treating Loki just like Vision from Infinity War. Like he's the last resort. There's gonna be a point where every hero is gonna realize, fuck, we need to get to Loki. And I think that's why Chris Hemsworth is gonna have such a big role because it's gonna. I think the biggest roles are Chris Hemsworth, Sam, Reed, and Loki. I don't know how much screen time Loki's gonna get, but I think Thor is gonna be the one. I don't know because Thor has no idea about Loki. I don't know, bro,
Well,
but I
because
wonder.
I think Franklin is going to play an even bigger role than we think. Because if he does get taken, because there are because just how powerful Franklin is like that you can't like the kid can't have nightmares
Mhm.
because if he has nightmares, there's a possibility of an entire reality being wiped away from existence. Like
Yeah,
he's
bro.
so stupidly powerful that I think like there's one where he goes from being a little kid and then everyone talks down on him because he's a little kid. They don't treat him like an adult even though he's the strongest being in the universe. So then he literally just he makes his body go through time and just ages himself to like 30.
I was just gonna say that, bro. I'm sure, and within these next two movies, uh, that like they're gonna do some type of time jump or some shit like that. Because we already saw Galactus speed up her pregnancy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they could easily do something like that of like he's not ready, whatever, but we need him to be. And like Doom, maybe Doom, like imagine we see, imagine we see Doom fucking go to some reality, kill Thanos, grab the gauntlet, and he uses the gauntlet to age up uh um Franklin, and now the gauntlet's in like the picture, whatever, and that's how we get like the couple frames from Secret Wars, like whatever the Black Panther is, whatever has to ends up getting the gauntlet too, whatever, just like in Secret Wars, because we they
I
already
f-
said
I f-
Wakanda has a big role in these in Doomsday too.
I
You know
feel
what I
like they're
mean?
not going to bring the stones back into play though.
They might not. They might not.
I think
I'm just fucking going off the
I
wall
think
here.
I think Franklin's too powerful. I think he's too powerful for the Stones.
I forget how it goes down in the comic books.
I
I don't know
feel
if he
like
uses the gauntlet to make Battle World
no,
or what have you.
he can literally just think it. That's
I
why.
no, Doom is the one that does Battle World, bro. That's what I'm
Oh
saying. I think
yeah,
Doom gets the gauntlet and creates Battle World because Doom used the Beyonder and what's that version of Reed Richards that becomes evil? He used them, I believe. Like he like was the puppet master and use them to create it. And I gotta reread it, bro. I have to fucking reread that shit or go through it again. But yeah, I don't know, bro. We have a year and a half. I just hope they cook, bro. If they give us if they give us 2 3 hour fucking movies, I'm not complaining. Just make them fucking just worthwhile, bro. And like I don't know, I'm fucking hyped for it, bro. But
I'm ready.
did you want to do your fucking top five, bro?
We did the top fives. I mean, I've got a couple other things.
We didn't do our top five. We did our worst five, bro.
Oh yeah, we
I
did
didn't
do
hear.
our worst five. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear your top five.
All right, yeah, we'll do my top five. Yeah, so my top five for best MCU projects. Uh, I mean, really six for this one. Uh, honorable mention: Deadpool Wolverine is my six.
Okay,
Five, I've got Age of Ultron.
solid,
Four, Cap the First Avenger.
solid,
Three, Thunderbolts.
solid.
Two, Infinity War.
Okay,
And then one, No Way Home.
solid. I'm definitely putting we have like the same ones in our top five and our honorable mentions. I'm gonna put Thunderbolts at my six, but top five I'm gonna go Fantastic Four. Four I'm gonna go Winter Soldier. Three I'm gonna go No Way Home just because I didn't put it at one, just because the two movies in front of it, again, bro, I've tried to be unbiased and look at it as a movie. As a movie, I think these two are fucking crazy, bro. Civil War and Infinity War. And bro, I saw Infinity War 13 times in the theater. I glazed the fuck out of Infinity War. I love it so much, bro. But
I
I
think
gotta
Infinity
say,
War is way better than Endgame.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I gotta say though, I think Civil War, if you rewatch Civil War, it's a way more complete movie than Infinity Wars. Like just by a film, bro. Like don't take away like the MCU stuff about it, blah blah blah. If you just watch it as a movie, as a film, Civil War is just a little bit more of like a complete film, bro, than Infinity War. I will say though, uh, I just have Infinity War my number one because I just fucking love Infinity War,
You
bro.
know,
It's nothing. No, we haven't got anything like that, bro, ever.
did you know Cap dies on Infinity War?
Yeah, and he comes back with the time stone. I've always said that, bro, and like now this last year, people are uh, showing it and being like, "Oh, he died." Well, I always said that, bro. I knew he died because, like, I get it, he has a serum, but one hit,
He
bro, you're done.
dropped. He dropped like he
Yeah,
was
bro.
dead.
I always said that shit, bro. That's the only reason he's alive is because he turned back time for that quick second.
Yeah, just to get the stone out of Vision, but he died. He 100% died.
Yeah, bro. And my problem with Endgame is the beginning is fire, the ending is fire. The middle, bro, again, I don't understand, like, you give us fucking Shrek Hulk and put some glasses on him and make him cringy as shit. You didn't give him one bit of action, and then, like, the whole time travel, figuring that shit out was like, it wasn't I don't know, bro, it just the beginning or the middle just fucking irritates me, bro, because, like,
It
again,
was
there's
just
a
a
lot
lot
to
of
like.
new. It was a lot of like new and different. It was just Marvel going off the path that was already there.
Yeah, it was their story filler, and they just should have been better. And honestly, bro, unfortunately, it was a lot of that Hulk shit, bro. Because I loved when Tony and Steve went back in time.
Yeah.
I'm a big defender of Fat Thor because it's realistic, bro. If that were to happen and then 5 years go by, someone's gonna lose it, bro. Someone's gonna lose their shit. Like it
Oh
was
yeah.
realistic. I'm a big defender of Fat Thor. And I love that scene because I
I
thought
love
Chris
Fat
Hemsworth
Thor.
acted it. Yeah, when I thought Chris Hemsworth acted his ass off in that scene when he says Thanos' name and he looks at him and it's been 5 years, he's been fat, he's been holding it back. Just don't say that name, bro. Like that
I
name
just
because
I
he
wish
puts a lot of pressure on himself for not killing him, bro. Like
I
that
just
shit,
wish
like that was so good to me.
before the final fight, we got like a like a small workout montage of him getting like built again to fight Thanos.
I agree and disagree. I agree that we needed a scene. I wouldn't say a workout scene, but apparently when he's Fat Thor, that's like one of his strongest. Um, what's the word? Uh, that's one of his strongest like appearances in the comic book is when he's Fat Thor. So
You
I
mean his
would have just wrote
heaviest?
that in. Yeah. Uh, yeah, bro. Like I would have just wrote that in. Like they keep making maybe they keep making fun of him or whatever, and he's like, oh, but like I have the power of the Almighty now at this way. You know what I mean? Like I would have wrote in that yeah he's fat, but he's also the most powerfulest right now as Fat Thor. I would have wrote that in for sure. Because at the end of the movie, with the whole power up and the both the hammers and like his suit, it was there, bro. And like I would have maybe again giving him like 10 extra seconds of like lasting with Thanos to make it seem right. Because at the end of the day, it was all about Cap lifting up the hammer.
Yeah.
But that's what I would have done with Thor differently. It was like, let the audience know, yeah, he's fat, he's going through it, but this is also his strongest. This is the strongest he's ever been. You know what I mean? Yeah, Professor Hulk really pissed me off because all you had to do was give him action, bro. We saw him in Endgame, uh, and She-Hulk now, and I feel like we saw him one other time. Why haven't we seen him like beat the shit out of someone, bro? Why haven't we seen him fight Abomination again? Like, why didn't we get a rematch with Thanos? Like, you could have done so much to make us love him, and instead you made him so cheese butt. Like, it bothers me so much. Um, yeah, but I will say though, the storytelling in Endgame that is quote unquote like would be slower to some people, I really like. Like when they go to see Tony or whatever, that scene is incredible, bro. Because straight up says it like I can't risk what I have right now. But
Yeah.
those three are desperate. Those three are desperate to bring back because they are fucking lost without what happened, and no one can like none of them want to deal with the fact that they lost. And I thought they captured that well. And I really enjoy that scene, especially Paul Rudd coming out and being like, "It's 5 years and we haven't done shit about this yet." Like that was so good, bro. But it was honestly, I think it was Professor Hulk, bro. Professor Hulk like kind of fucked the middle of that movie, bro. Because even at the end, at least you gave him the scene of the gauntlet and shit. That was tough. You know what I mean? Like, at least you gave him that. But even
Yeah.
after that, you see him throwing a couple of aliens with his one arm, and the end like you like I would have at least had him like try to fuck up Thanos and him fail because he only has one arm, like something. But
I mean,
yeah, that
we got to see him time travel and when we saw him pretend to be Hulk
yeah, for real. I did like the
for
time
like two
travel shit.
seconds.
Yeah, bro. But even all that was tough, bro. Because when he goes back to the ancient one, or is that her name? I
Yeah.
forget from Doctor Strange. That shit was tough. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was just certain. It was a lot of his story that when he was on screen, it was like, yo, why the fuck is this goofy nigga in this climactic ass movie, bro? Like, yeah, that's one thing I will say, bro. I will say that. Like, it was Professor Hulk really took me out of the movie quite a bit because New Asgard was fire. I love what they did with New Asgard. That was pretty sick.
All right.
But yeah, my top. Oh, I already said my top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, bro. But what you got anything else?
Yeah. Two more things.
Yeah.
So just a little something fun. You got Sue Storm, Helena, and Wanda. Fuck Mary Kill. Who you picking?
Oh, say it again. You got Sue, Wanda, and who?
Elena.
What are we doing? Damn, bro.
Hope your
I
fiance doesn't
I
watch this.
it's all good. They're fictional characters. Fuck it. But I can't give Sue the marriage just because I know how shicey she is in the comics, and everyone's trying to get a piece of that booty, bro. So I can't give her the marriage because at the end of the day, she goes along with it to an extent with some of them, bro. Nate, whether it's Namor, Doom, whatever, bro. Like, there's been so many iterations of like motherfuckers just trying to steal her. So maybe the booty's that good, bro. That everyone's trying to steal it. I don't know. I don't know, bro, but I can't put her. I can't be stressed out about her, bro. So she can't be the wife. So automatically, Sue can't be the wife. I'm not having. I mean, I don't know because Wanda's proven herself as a good mom and mother, or a mother and a wife. Like she's down for her family, but she's a crazy bitch. She is, bro. Like I don't
You
I can't afford her just like fucking up my hometown because she gets
you
pissed off. You know what I mean? Like,
you want to know how I go about this list?
well, yeah. Go ahead. I gotta get there. Go ahead. What's yours?
So I would marry Elena.
I was thinking that. I think I would marry Elena. I'm that type of guy. I gotta fix you, girl. Come here. I'll fix you. I'll fix you,
I'd
baby girl.
I'd fuck Sue, and then I'd kill Wanda. Wanda, I'm scared she's gonna use her powers and fucking gaslight me into thinking I did shit wrong or whatever. She's just gonna go. She's gonna be like, "You forgot to take out the trash." She's like, "No, thank
Yeah,
you."
bro. Yeah, definitely marrying Yelena. So it's just a matter of like who I want to hit real quick.
And you know, man,
Honestly, bro.
girl, it's okay that she can't really cook. I'm okay with eating mac and cheese and sriracha. That's fine with me.
Forgot that Yelena. Nah, Yelena gotta step it up, bro. If I'm taking you out of the streets, you gotta step it up in the kitchen.
Hey, man,
Uh,
think about it though. She gonna take care of you in the streets.
Damn, bro. I feel like honestly, bro, it's fucked up to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If we're going, since I'm marrying Yelena, and like it's just a matter of like who I want to get some booty, and the other one, unfortunately, I gotta kill. I gotta say, bro, I'd rather get the booty from Elizabeth Olsen, bro. I'd rather get the booty from
Okay,
Wanda. So I might have to kill Sue, bro. I might have to
okay.
kill Sue. Yeah, bro. But
She's
don't get
gonna
me wrong,
gaslight
Vanessa
you.
Kirby.
She's gonna
Yeah, but
gaslight
don't get
you.
me
You're
wrong.
gonna be hitting it, and she's gonna gaslight you and be like, "Yeah, you're doing a good job."
Hopefully, she'll gaslight me and be like, "Oh, like, we never had sex, bro. We have to do it. We never did it," and I can keep hitting it for a bit. Hopefully, that's the best case scenario. But don't get me wrong, Vanessa Kirby's beautiful, but like I just got to give the edge to Elizabeth Olsen. Also, because she's been there longer, so I'll just give the edge to her. But I'll probably marry Yelena, fuck Wanda, kill Sue. And I'd hate
Okay,
to kill Sue, but I can't have her cheating on me, bro. No
smart.
way, shape, or form am I letting any one of them cheat on me, bro. At least the other two, I know they're gonna be faithful. So
Yeah,
I gotta kill Sue, bro.
I feel you on that.
What was the next one? That was a good one.
All right, and then last thing to end off with, we gotta rank all of the Fantastic Four cast members. Not the cast
Oh,
members,
bet,
but their characters.
bet.
We can start off
Uh,
from 8 to 1.
yes, sir. What's your eight?
Mole Man.
Kirby.
Herbie? Okay. I think
My seven's Mole Man, so like they were like right there. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, they're very interchangeable. But I think Herbie did more overall with just the whole like when she's giving birth in space to Franklin, there's the one point where Ben has to get off the control. Like, we're like, or Reed's not on the control, so Herbie's got to go help. Or
Yeah,
like,
Herbie's
just,
definitely a member of the team. Herbie's
yeah.
definitely a member of the team for sure, for sure. Yeah,
There's
like
a lot of help from Herbie.
yeah, I love the way they did it. Super comic book accurate. It fit well with the whole '60s Jetson aesthetic that they were going for, and I like that. Like he was so futuristic for that time, but yet he wasn't. He was still like a robot without a face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they really went off with Herbie. I will say that. I might have to put Herbie at my seven and Mole Man at my eight actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I just put them so close because like I love the way they dealt with Mole Man. It's just he was such a side
Hmm.
character, but I love their portrayal for both of them. Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
seven?
Herbie. Herbie's my 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bet, bet, bet.
Very interchangeable there.
Gotcha. My six, just because I loved everyone so much, and I had to put him here. My six is Galactus,
Same.
unfortunately. Yeah, like at the end of the day, he was the antagonist, and like we didn't like deep dive into him or anything like that. I love this portrayal. He looks sick. We finally got the comic book accuracy, and it was a practical suit that the actor was wearing, which I really appreciate when they do practical. So I'll just put him at six. Everyone out above him, I just love them, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have him at six. Who's your fifth?
Shallow ball.
Same. Charlotte Ball's my fifth. She was tough. Yeah. Unfortunately, the the 4 made my top 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah,
of course, of course.
yeah. Shallow Ball was my 5th for sure. So my just because I wanted so much more of him, but 10 out of 10 and nailed him out of the park. Best Ben Grimm we've ever gotten. Ben's at my
Same.
4th. I just needed more screen time with him, bro. If I would have got more screen time or equivalent screen time to like Johnny or like the same feel as Johnny, I would have had him above Johnny because I love me a Ben Grimm, but he didn't get that screen time, bro.
I'm with you there. He's also my 4.
God, who's your 3rd?
Reed, Mr. Fantastic.
Now we're gonna start getting different. My
Yeah.
3rd is Johnny. My 3rd is Johnny.
I just it's like it was the stretchiness. Supposed to be the
Well, that
smartest man, none of your plans are working. But I get it at the same time.
uh I can't put the stretchiness against him because that wasn't Pedro Pascal's fault. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm also going based off the actor's performance, and that wasn't his fault. So I don't want to put the stretchiness against him, and I don't want to put that none of his plans are working against him because you have to compare him to the other Reed Richards, especially the Jessica Alba one, like from the
Yeah.
first 2 movies. That Reed Richards was always fucking up, bro. So that's the reason
True.
I don't want to put that against him. And this Reed Richards was the way better husband. And this Reed Richards just came off smarter. Like the way he talked, the pressure he put on himself. Yeah, I fucking love this Reed Richards. But that's solid, bro. My 2 is Sue. My two number 2 is Sue.
Okay. And my 2 is Johnny. I think this
Oh, okay.
like I just think like they couldn't have done Johnny any better. Really feel like this is like
Yeah.
the best we'll ever get of Johnny.
No, I agree. Just because I have Sue and Reed at my 1 and 2, obviously, and then I think you have Sue at your 1, obviously.
Yep.
Just because of that, like, and I have a special place in my heart for those characters, and like, he is my favorite Reed Richards. At the end of the day, he is. Like, again, the stretching sucks, but it wasn't his fault. His portrayal, favorite Reed Richards. Uh, but yeah, bro, I agree. They nailed Johnny. Like, they couldn't have done a better Johnny, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they nailed him on the head. They showed he still likes women. They showed how smart he is. They showed like he's still like the knucklehead and silly one of the group, but yet like when shit's serious, he's serious. You know what I mean? Like they really nailed it. Again, shout out to the wardrobe for Ben and Johnny. Those motherfuckers were clean the whole movie. I love the wardrobe for them, bro. But yeah, bro, I agree. So you're number 1, Sue.
Yeah. Mother of the Year. Because I said that in my non-spoiler review on TikTok, and then someone commented on the video saying, Mother of the Year, she got a child taken away. I commented back under that guy, I'd like to see you try and get your child back from Galactus.
Yo, exactly, bro. They still saved the baby, bro. We just talked about that, bro. That's a solid number 1. She is an Omega level hero. They showcased it here. Fire, bro. And I love that they showed the reflectiveness and of the rainbow within her invisibility because that's how it would be. And like the scientifically that you would see a reflection through it at certain points, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
love that they showed the rainbow reflectiveness. That was tough. Yeah, bro. Yeah, like this is my favorite cast by far. Again, the only thing I will say is like as much as I love Johnny Nail and blah, 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 you could interchange the Johnnies because if you put Chris Evans in this role and just again gave him the same exact writing as this one, he would have killed it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
Yeah.
thing because at the end of the day, it's about writing, bro. Like Joseph Quinn didn't go to the director and say, "Oh, Johnny should do this and Johnny should do that." No, like that's on the writers. So that's the only thing I will say is if you switched him out with Chris Evans, either way they would have been great. But yeah, bro, that this is my favorite group of Fantastic Four, like my favorite team by far, bro.